somewhere in 2017 to 2021, I shifted a timeline.
And the point is, you can always shift to another reality. It's just like there is like a glass wall that
Yeah.
is separating you from them. You can still see them, but you are not living that life.
Right. And there's something here because I'm on the verge. I know maybe you can help me figure this out. You know the Mandela effect, right?
Yes,
Okay. So I had a personal and you know Philip K. Dick and Man in High Castle?
not
So,
really, but I know the Mandela effect. Yeah,
so Philip K. Dick wrote The Man in High Castle, and Amazon had a whole series of a show called Man in High Castle, right?
yeah,
So Man in High Castle is about what if what if the Nazi Germany won the war? So it's a whole timeline of Germany winning the war, right?
yeah.
Philip K. Dick insisted that he didn't write that from fiction. He wrote it as a memory that he had. And then somehow he's not in that timeline anymore, but he remembers that timeline living in it.
Oh my goodness.
So that's Philip K. Dick, right? He's that science. So just look it up. But like he literally goes deep into the whole thing before anyone even talked about the Mandela effect, about how he wrote Man in High Castle out of memories from living in that timeline.
Yeah, and then he shifted.
But he doesn't give detail on how he shifted or anything like that. He just writes it. And to me, it feels like remembering a past life because here's where I'm bridging it. So Philip K. Dick was writing from literal memory of living in that lifetime. Now,
Yeah,
there is this Buddhist, and this mine is a much smaller one. So right before we were leaving Hawaii to move to New Orleans, and I remember too the apartment I was in, everything about that, my whole doing the Monroe tapes, Focus 15, trying to manifest something different, just trying and like obviously hitting my head against the wall.
yeah, because you are trying.
Yeah, I was like, so, and now if I look, my life is a repeat of that, just worse.
Oh my god, no, man, don't say
No,
that.
no, when I say worse, not worse, but just amplified, showing me that I've been doing something wrong and repeating a mistake.
Yeah, it's in front of your face now, so you are like
Yeah, like you
validating
can't do
still.
that anymore. You just see, I have a new thing to
Yeah, yeah,
measure.
got it.
So during that time, Thich Nhat Hanh, the Buddhist monk, the Vietnamese Buddhist monk, he wrote a lot of books. I read a lot of his books. Are you familiar with him?
I think, yeah, I heard his name.
He's like a better version of the Dalai Lama. Like I think the Dalai Lama is super suspect, right?
Yeah,
So, so he's like this Tibetan Buddhist monk, Vietnamese, wrote a lot of things, good dude. A lot of his work inspired me. I read a lot of his stuff.
yeah.
And I remember it, and that was 2017. I remember he died while I was there. And I remember being like all sad, died at Plum Village. I'm like, oh man, he finally died of that stroke. Oh, that's such a sad thing. And all these things. I remember all the people like Deepak and Oprah going to his memorial and being like, he died,
Yeah.
right? So then I go on with my life and whatnot. And then, fuck, 2021, oh, Thich Nhat Hanh died.
What?
I'm like, what the fuck? No, he died in 2017.
He died once.
So, like, I never knew he was still alive. And then all of a sudden he died. So, somewhere in 2017 to 2021, I shifted a timeline.
Yeah, apparently he did.
So now I'm like, what the happened? How did that happen? How did I do that? What am I in now? And what was I in before?
So it's basically the frequency that you are on changed.
Some
Like you were vibrating here, and all of a sudden you're here.
or here or who knows, but
Exactly.
it changed because in one frequency he died in 2017.
Yeah.
I had no idea I shifted. I had no reason to think he was alive.
Yeah.
I had no reason to look him up.
The thing is, you're shifting billions of times per second.
Hmm.
Like just like the film strip that Dr.
Yeah,
Reed talked about.
yeah,
Like each frame, it gotta be like passing in front of your eyes each
right,
second so you can
right.
see it.
So,
So in 1 second, you can have billions of frames in front of your own eyes. So you're like
but
shifting, 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 shifting.
so here I am though now. Like, so what? what does this mean? I know it happened. How do I harness it? You know what I mean? And that's why I've been
Yeah,
so onto the brain stands and the time pendulum, because I know I did it. I don't know what I did. So somehow between the time he died to the time he died again, there was a shift. So I'm trying to unpack that part of my life to figure out how this shift happened.
you can even go further with that and actually like shift again, not to the past, but to a version of you that is more compatible with what you want or what you desire or what you
Yeah,
think is the
yeah.
best version of you, spiritually, physically,
So
mentally,
how would we
financially.
do that? Like do the like assume
you
the
would you
version
would
of yourself?
actually like relax, completely relax. And this is like the real deal. You relax like it would take like maybe an hour. You would relax and you would start to actually develop your spiritual senses. For example, all of a sudden you see yourself in a home that you always wanted. This is my home. Okay, I'm seeing it. I'm working my spiritual vision now. All of a sudden you start to smell things. Now the smell of like you are smelling the things around
So
you.
you're letting the vision come to you. You're not creating the vision.
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
I see. You're shifting into the actual person you're trying to become. So you're not trying to make him up. You're just relaxing yourself until you can see through that person's eyes.
Yeah, you are not trying to create anything because you already exist
It's
there.
already created.
Yeah, you're just like
Yeah,
tuning the radio frequency to that channel that you want to be in
right.
or to that program that you want to experience.
So should one measure to it?
I
Or
don't
should
think
one
so for one reason only, because your mind will start to analyze every single vision you are having.
so not don't measure it until you're fully in it, is what you're saying.
And once you are in it, you won't be like desiring to imagine it anymore. You'll be like,
Because you already experienced it, and there's your law of assumption. I've been trying to create the life, but it's like trying to
it's
create it from
already
this
there.
person.
No, no, it's already there, man.
Right. And you can't create from this person that you are. You have to relax and allow yourself to be shown who the person you are is.
Yeah, and that's what all the law of assumption, law of
Yeah.
attraction community is
Yeah.
getting wrong. They're
Yeah.
trying to create something, but the fact is, creation is finished. Everything is here
Yeah.
and now.
And if you're trying to create something, then you're creating a fantasy versus relaxing yourself and getting yourself into the frequency of that version of you that already exists.
Yeah, and either way, if you can like desire something, it's already there. If it wasn't there, you wouldn't even desire it.
Yeah, if it wasn't there, you wouldn't be able to even have the inkling of the desire.
Yeah, and all you have to do is conjure up the feeling, and all of a sudden, like pictures will pop into your mind.